Alright, hello everyone. Hello ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are all having a wonderful day. Wonderful day, evening, morning, whichever one it is that you're having. I hope it is good. I've been having a lovely day. I have been blindsided recently, honestly. I started off today, I woke up, I had my morning breakfast, which was a chocolate cake. I know, don't judge me, okay? I'm an adult. I can buy cake whenever I want. And I went through most of the day perfectly fine. Come about 3 o'clock, I get a phone call from work. It's my boss, and I'm like, oh, my boss is calling me. What's going on? And apparently, I've been off work for a month because I work at a school, and the schools are out for the month because of just summer holiday, honestly. And I thought we were going back next week, which was Monday, but apparently no. Of all days, Thursday is the day that we return. So I have no idea why it was that. I think it was just a staff training day thing. But he called me, and I'm like, it showed as a private number. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I pick it up, and I'm like, hello. And it's like, hey, it's me, I'm your boss. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? And he's like, did you know that today was the first day back? And I'm like, oh shit, no, I didn't. I am so sorry. And he's like, no, it's okay. But please come in tomorrow morning. So because of that, this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream than the 2-hour stream. That's normal. I need a bit of time, especially since it caught me off guard and I'm heading effectively to work tomorrow when I wasn't planning to. So we're probably only going to be streaming for an hour today. Those of you watching on YouTube, you don't have to worry about any of that at all. So yeah, it took me a moment to figure out what game that I wanted to play as well, and I believe we are just going to be doing some Stardew Valley. We'll be starting a new game here. So let me see. Now, with Stardew Valley, I am a very, very poor farmer, but what I am good at is I am great at fishing. Is this beach farm new? Is the beach farm new? I don't even remember the last time when was the last time I played this? It doesn't tell me. Okay, I thought Steam told you when the last time you played it was, but it just tells you that you're playing it right now. Good for foraging and fishing, tons of open space. Sometimes supply crates will wash up ashore. However, sprinklers don't work in the sandy soil. I'm actually going to take a look at the Beach Farm Stardew Valley, just to see what this looks like. Let me see. Oh, interesting. It is literally like a beach. Like you're on like a sandy peninsula. Where do you plant your crops? You just dig them into the sand? That seemed pretty strange to me. You can just put them in the sand? But it says it's good for what? Good for fishing and tons of open space? Sure, let's do it. I was gonna do the Riverland farm. Let me actually take a look at the Riverland farm here. Just to make sure. Why would I take the Riverland farm over the beach farm? I don't know. Let's go ahead and just use the beach farm in that case, I guess. Let me make sure that everything is all running up fine. I think I need to bring up this tab over here. You're not seeing this. I'm still getting used to stream organization here. Okay, yeah, I think everything is okay with stream organization. You would have told me, but I hit play and it updates when I played it now. What? It would have told you, but you hit play and it updates it to when you played it now. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I can't remember what the context is for that. Let's go ahead and pick a female character, because I am a girl at heart. When you last played a game. Oh, yeah, right, I see. Alright, and let's try and get a... Let's see. I tend not to go too overboard when it comes to female characters. Let's get something... that's a bit of a Karen haircut, isn't it? Let's get something... Ooh, what is this? Kind of looks like, Yeah, sure, let's, I'm I'm not going through all 72 different hairstyles, honestly. Let me move over to the live scene now that we've officially started this. Once it updates on my screen, because right now it's a black screen. There we go, okay. It takes but a moment for it to update. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a nice shirt. You know, there's always the fantasy about having, what's the word? About being like this idyllic little town. There's another game that I used to play called Banished, which is a really good, really enjoyable city builder. They have skirts now? Did they add skirts later on? I think the last time I played they didn't have any skirts. Oh, there's only 4 pants. Interesting. Sure. We can get accessories. Oh boy. Oops. Oh no, that didn't reverse everything, okay. I think we wanted the hairstyle 72? Yeah. And that lipstick just looks too stupid. Let's just get no accessories. Okay. Let's go ahead and say, Charlie. I feel like Charlie is a nice, unisex name. What do you think? Is Charlie a unisex name or is Charlie a masculine name, do you think? Farm name, let's call this the Wind Farm. Favorite thing? Unisex. Fantastic. Let me see, I'm just going to put pineapples here, because I think pineapples are fantastic. Definitely cat person. Let's get green eyes. Let's go ahead and do, what about hair color here? I don't know why, but this makes it feel very much like a witch with this color hair. Isn't this the same color hair that Abigail wears? we could be twins. Nah, let's you know what, sure, let's go with a dark purple. We can change this later, right? What is this? Yeah, I think that's all okay. Okay. But yeah, hello Vel, it's nice to see you again. It has been a while, I hope you're doing really well. How's it going? And for my very special granddaughter, I want you to have this sealed envelope. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now, listen close. Oh, his hand is still moving. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. And your bright spirit will fade. Oh, I've read that one. When that happens, my dear, you'll be ready for this gift. Now let Grandpa rest. There's quite a bit of stuff in that scene that I didn't notice the first time around. Like, there's a scimitar on the frickin' wall. And you even see like a little Junimo, I think it is, on the fireplace. It's going well. You've been getting busy, getting ready for a return to college. Ooh. When do you start? I know that schools over here in the UK are back soon. I'm not sure about universities or colleges. And how are you feeling about heading back? Feeling nervous at all? Dear Charlie, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deeds to a place, my pride and joy, Wind Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley, on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my dear. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, Say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? Grandpa used to be an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee. Oh no, Liger, come on, man. This is not the right universe. Although I think there are arrows in Stardew Valley, right? A little is your first directed study. Ooh, what do you mean by directed study? Is it more hands-on than, like, say, a communal class? It sounds like it's a first-time experience. Every game is Skyrim. Yep. You just look into the source code, you dig deep into the source code, and ultimately you'll find the code for Skyrim in between the lines of all the other games, right? That's how coding works. Man, no wonder Todd Howard thinks that he can just keep releasing Skyrim. Oh, my camera is in the way of the... Let me see if I can move my camera. Which one's my camera? Oh, there we go. This is it. Let me move... Oops, that is not it. Ah, right, I see. I'm gonna move... Where should I move myself to? I'm gonna move myself up into the top right. You guys won't be able to see this one now. Not until I update it, at least. There we go. Okay, that should hopefully be better. It's a class that's between you and your professor, where you decide the content and syllabus. You're doing it on stone tools. Ooh, that sounds like paleontology. Is that paleontology? Is that the right word? Archaeology? Isn't paleontology dinosaurs? I can't remember. I have a friend of the family who's oh, let me also move the Twitch chat. I'll move it onto this side. There we go. I have a friend who's really into ancient Greek stuff, and she is working, I believe, with the British Museum right now. Archaeology, paleos, dinos. Ah, thank you for the clarification. Hello, you must be Charlie. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over there, if you'll follow me. Oh. Farm looks unique already. This is Wind Farm. Oh, I do love the cute animations. What's the matter? Sure, it's a little bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. It's all sand. It's sand, Robin. Look at it. And with a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. And here we are, your new home. Oh, we have an intruder already. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome. I'm Lewis, the mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone moves in. It's quite a big deal. Definitely soil right there, yeah. Absolutely. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house. Very rustic. Rustic? That's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Don't listen to her, Charlie. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. I mean, it's gonna happen anyway. Like, what do you provide me? You just provide me your pants every now and then, and that's it. Can you farm in sand? I don't know. Robin seemed to think it's soil, so I'm not sure. I think I saw an image on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Google, when I searched up the beach farm, that you can dig into it. But we're just gonna have to see. Anyway, you must be tired from your long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. I'm gonna try and maximize the game here. Does that change anything? It looks like it does. Okay, give me a second to readjust my screen here. That should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm probably going to have to mess around with the ratio because the chat was taking up way too much of the image, I think. Or just like the stream overlay, honestly. We'll mess around with it, we'll see what works later on. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. At least it beats Linus coming around in the evening, huh? Alright, and we have our first day here. Alright, so let me see. Just trying to remember the controls here. We get our first parsnips. These things are going to be planted pretty soon. Apparently you can grow stuff in sand and sandy soil. Alright, well, we will check that once we check the weather. It is going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. And we have spirits are mildly perturbed, living off the land. I think this gives us just some information. Alright, let's see. So if we can dig into this, yeah, it looks like we can. And then we just plant the parsnips. Well, would you look at that? Apparently, according to this game, you can farm in sand. Not sure if the plants are going to really enjoy being in sand much, but hey. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of cleaning up. And while we're doing this, if any of you have played this game before, let me know who would you think is the best marriage candidate here for you guys. I will start with my answer. I think that Penny is probably my favorite when it comes to marriage. And other than that, I normally always go for Haley. I feel like Haley is an underappreciated marriage partner. Probably because she seems most like a, what's the word, like a valley girl? You can grow stuff in actual sand? Really? Since when? When did God introduce that patch? What is that? That looks like it is a rock. Alright, we're not going to clean out too much of this today. We're just going to go ahead and get started with planting the parsnips. Would it not be more fun to speak of the worst ones? You can absolutely talk of the worst ones. Who do you think makes the worst marriage candidate in this game? Since people first discovered it. Okay, fair. You got me there, Liger. You got me there. I just find it, I don't know. Something... This goes to show how much real-world experience I have, right? Although, to be fair, I haven't really farmed anything in my life either, apart from in video games. But we're not going to have to worry too much about farming in this campaign. Oh, didn't they say that sprinklers don't work on this farm? So it might be that sprinklers just don't water this area very well. I'm mostly going to be trying out some fishing. Whenever there's a video game, I always decide to just fish. There's a game out there, if any of you guys have ever heard of the game called Trove, it's sort of like a massively multiplayer Minecraft game, where you have it has like classes, it has combat to it, it has what's the word? It has crafting in it, it has building in it. It's so good. It's one of the first games that made me realize that I really enjoyed games where you can do multiple different things, or like bounce between multiple different tasks, if you will. But in there is there's a fishing minigame, of course, but the minigame is basically just sitting around for 30 seconds every like casting of the reel, until you get a pull. And there's a set of wings that you can get by doing, I think it is 50,000 fishing reels, like pulling out 50,000 fish. I can't remember exactly how long that translates to in terms of like time spent, but you better goddamn believe that I sat there for all that time, spending in all that effort, just waiting there for that little fish bobber to bob up and down. Just so that I can get my darned, like, aquatic wings. You usually dedicate yourself to farming in games? So you hope you know everything about farming. Yes, but have you ever farmed in sand, though? But like, okay. This might sound like a weird-ass question, but what is the difference between sand and dirt, right? Is dirt just like more dehydrated sand? Sorry, other way around. Is sand just more dehydrated dirt? Because they're both like... Aren't they both from rock? Or is dirt more organic? Like, it has more, like, compostable material in it? I feel like wet sand would act quite a bit like dirt. It's just going to be a lot less nutritious for the plants, right? Speaking of things in the ground, we need to keep an eye out for worms in the ground. So if you guys spot any worms in the ground that I do not, feel free to call them out. Because we can get some lovely, lovely artifacts. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and say hello to everyone in town. So we have Lewis's birthday up, then Vincent, Haley, Pam, Shane, Pierre, and Emily. Also, when are they ever going to add new characters to this game? I feel like this game is long overdue for like a DLC or something. Let's rummage around. Ooh, a fish. Oh, that's actually our entire inventory. Alright. But yeah, back to that question about who do we think is the worst marriage candidate? Some of the people who I haven't married yet include Shane, I believe his name is. He's the alcoholic. Actually, can he get married to Shane? I can't remember if you can get married to Shane. Also Sebastian. And I don't know, Sebastian just rubbed me the wrong way, honestly. Like, just as a character. Where is everyone? Let's go say hi to the blacksmith first, though. That's not how you say hello to him. Hi, I'm Clint. I'm the town blacksmith. Alright, there we go. One person spoken to. Let's go ahead and see if we have Penny and the children in here. They do not look like they're in here. Hello there! Welcome to the Stardew Valley Archaeological Office. This is embarrassing. But if the previous curator made off with the entire collection... but the previous curator made off with the entire collection. We don't have any artifacts for display. But I'm hoping to remedy that soon. Hey, if you find any artifacts or minerals out there, would you let me know? Alright. A single grain of sand is non-porous, so it doesn't hold any water. However, sand particles have plenty of space between them to allow for free-flowing air passage. Oh, we have worms. Oh, but we don't have... let's get rid of the sap. And I'm gonna read Liger's message here. However, sand particles have plenty of space between them to allow for free-flowing air passage. Soil is different because it's mostly comprised of organic matter from plants and animals that live in the soil. One of your favourite parts to do in Stardew. Ooh. Yeah, item collection is pretty neat. Except for when they just give you clay all the time. Go ahead and pick this up. And I don't think there's anything else here, right? Ooh. We have, who are you? You're Elliot, right? Ah, the new farmer we've all been expecting, and whose arrival has sparked many a conversation. I'm Elliot. I live in a little cabin by the beach. It is a pleasure to meet you. That's the difference for farming with them. But does sand actually have, like, organic material in it? So you say that it doesn't hold... I guess, like, the water can bring in organic material, right? So, like, the water seeps in between all the grains of sand, and then plants can grow and just, like, absorb nutrients through that water that, like, the water brings in. Ooh. We have Emily. Is Emily marriable? I think Emily wasn't marriable initially, and then a later edition of the game made her a marriage candidate, right? Ooh, I can read it on your face. You're going to love it here in Pelican Town. If you're ever looking for something to do in the evening, stop by the saloon. That's where I work. Alright, and I believe the saloon is open at this point. Oh, it's Amaru. Oh, aren't you the new one who just moved in? Amaru, I've been looking forward to meeting you. We can sit on the bench? When was this a thing? What? When were you able to sit on the bench? You know, with a small town like this, a new face can really alter the community dynamic. It's exciting. Dude, I am so excited that we can actually sit on a bench. Oh, it's Penny. Let's go ahead and say hi. Oh, hello, I'm Penny. Alright, well, we did our job. We also have Alex up here. Hey, you're the new girl, huh? I think we're going to get along great. I'm Alex. I'll see you around. Alright. Let's go ahead and get drunk. Let's see. We can afford one beer with our 500 coins. But we don't really need that, right? Let's see. I feel like everyone likes a coffee, so we can get that for someone. The first time I played this game, I ended up marrying Leah, or Lee. So let's go ahead and try and find where she is. I'm not entirely sure what her schedule is like. I know that she spends quite a bit of time inside her house, so it might be that we can't actually say hello to her. Oh, we have Haley. Oh, you're that new farmer girl or whatever, aren't you? Huh? Oh, I'm Haley. If it weren't for those horrendous clothes, you might actually be pretty. Actually, never mind. No wonder people don't like marrying Haley. She initially comes off as quite a bitch. Alright. Leah might be around here somewhere. If I remember right. You usually marry Penny or Abigail? Penny because she lives in a bad situation, Abigail because she likes eating rocks. yeah, that does happen. Oh, poor Penny, poor Abigail. Have you heard? I'm sure that by this point people have heard about the theory that about Abigail's father, right? Let's see if we can head to the general store and see if we can actually make use of this, since Lee doesn't seem to want to come out and say hello. Oh, there she is! Hello, it's nice to meet you. You picked a good time to move here. The spring is lovely. Alright. That is it. It makes sense because of the hair color? Yeah. So, for those who aren't in the know, there's, Abigail's hair color doesn't match her parents' hair color, but it does match another character's hair color. And I think it's, might be a bit too late. Oh no, we're fine. So here we have Pierre. Hey, it's Miss Charlie. The new farmer. I'm Pierre, the owner of the local general store. If you're looking for seed, my shop's the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price. A little agriculture could really inject new life into the local economy. It's also explains why she's so adventurous. So Abigail is up there. Oh, you can't see. Let me turn off my thing for a moment. There you go. So Abigail is up there in Abigail is up here in the corner. You see that she has purple hair, right? Let's go ahead and bring back my my overlay. There we go. Pierre here. He's got like regular grey hair, or brown hair, right? And then this is her mother, Caroline. Hello, you must be Charlie, the new farmer. I'm Caroline. My husband runs the general store here. And have you met my daughter Abigail? She's the one with purple hair. Yeah, really. Purple hair's a weird color, wouldn't you say? But she has green, she has brown. Abigail has purple. Where did that come from? Did she dye her hair? Well, that's one theory. Another theory is that Caroline is cheating and has slept with the local wizard, who does have purple hair. I think there's also a couple of other things that kind of suggest that in the game as well, but I'm not too sure what exactly they are. But I also think, don't a lot of people in the fandom like really hate Pierre for some reason? Let's go ahead and sell. Yeah, we'll sell the anchovy as well. We'll keep these two. And can we make a chest? We're a bit low on wood, so let's spend the rest of the day here just chopping up some wood. Oh yeah, and you say it also explains why she's so adventurous. 47? Oh, we're just shy. Is that a starfish in the ground? There's a starfish in the ground behind my picture. Oh, okay, well, there we go. Let's not use anything else. But look, there's a freaking starfish! I wonder if we can dig it up. Well, I think we just killed a starfish. Sorry, starfish, but that was, it's all for science, believe me. It's all for a good cause. Alright. We managed to get a little bit of money rolling in. This should get us a couple more seeds before we can actually start doing some fishing. Alright, and our energy bar is not full. I think that's because we exhausted ourselves last night. There's a theory that he sells the stuff you give away in the box for a much higher price. Oh, interesting. Gonna rain all day tomorrow. Oh boy. Hopefully that's not the case in real life. Fortune teller. Spirits are very happy. Fantastic. Hopefully that can give us some better loot from the worms. Advertisement. I keep finding cool stuff but my backpack's full. Does this sound like you? Well, Pierre's got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out our affordable size 24-pack. See you soon. Hello there, just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you. There we go. That is our call. That is going to mark the start of our legacy here in Stardew Valley, because we're not going to become renowned as a farmer in this. Oh no. Our father gave us a farm, but we're actually going to become fishermen. That is what our true calling in life is about. And thinking about it, that looks like it's way too far away. I believe when you're looking for fishing zones, you need to try and find areas that are like the deepest waters. So I think... Is this the deepest watercolor here? I thought, isn't there... Ooh, wow, there's cherry blossom trees inside the water. That's a very nice touch. Yeah, I think when you see like the logs in the water over here, like behind chat, I think those are typically the best spaces to fish. What is this? Can we do anything with this? This also doesn't make sense. Look, the water's going along down this way. But if we go down here... Look, where... What? How does this make sense, right? The land doesn't seem to... I mean, I guess it does kind of match, right? Maybe it implies that there's a bit of a difference, or a bit of a walk between the two zones. I think that's a little bit odd because of, it's the only place that it happens, right? Anyway, I think I saw some worms back here. Yep, here we go. We got some worms. We get some rocks from there. Wasn't there another set of worms somewhere? They might have despawned. But yeah, it seems like Pierre is a bit of a bastard. Okay, that should lead up north. This here should be the mushroom cave. Yep. Let's see. I feel like that is pretty much one of the main differences between... Like, if you want to do a fishing build... Oh, we can walk around here. So is the sand near water always wet? Not need watering? Maybe. I want to interact with this. There we go. Let's see. Oh, we can't do it here. Can we do it here? No? So it seems like you can't mill the ground. You can't mill the sand in the areas where it looks like it's wettest. And let's see, actually. Yeah, it looked like the sand isn't watered. Like, you have to manually water that. Unless it becomes, Oh, wow, we have a lot of hard logs here. Oh, and we have a section down here. What is this? Can we till the ground here? Oh, we can. That's a lot of unusable space then. Yeah, it looks like it. I think it does look visually more appealing. Like, this grassy area over here, like, you can't do anything with this land. Like, you might be able to put a building on it, I think. Other than that, yeah, like, it seemed like this this area isn't that great. Oh, we have a pier! Okay, this is going to be our fishing spot. We just need to remember how to get here next time. But I feel like a lot of the space is just for building. We have so much hardwood here. That's crazy. I hope this hardwood respawns. Yeah, we have like all of this as well. And do we have anything up here? No. What is this space up here for? I've never seen it be used. It's a fishing farm for a reason. But I mean, so is the rivers farm as well, right? So it would be odd that they would introduce 2 fishing farms. Yeah, it'd just be odd to introduce 2 fishing farms without like a specific reason, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves our fishing rod. But it seems like it is more than just farming. And sorry, more than just fishing. Like, according to that, there's only, or according to what I've seen, there's only one space where you can fish from. Like, you can fish from the pier, right? One for river fish, one for ocean fish. That makes so much sense. Ahoy there, miss. I heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet you. Look at him swaying so happily. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive. And hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. Alright, so here's our welcome to the town reward. We received a bamboo pole. There's good water here in the valley. All kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old pappy used to say anyway. Look at him, he is just such a happy old man. If only life were that simple, huh? Life can be that simple. You just need a grandpa who dies and gives you a detour farm in the middle of nowhere in this little idyllic countryside, and then you getting so pissed off with your own life that you decide that any other life is better than that. And then you go to this new farm, and then you meet that guy. It's simple, right? Anyone can do it. You just need to have those specific circumstances happen to you. But okay, once we clear out our inventory, we will do some fishing and we'll check to see what fish we have available to us in the beach farm. I forgot to make a chest yesterday, so let's go ahead and make a chest. It's already 2 o'clock. Time in this game goes by so fast. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves a chest. We don't need these seeds. Let's put the chest right about here. Let's open it up and let's put in anything that we don't need. Let's put Actually, I'm thinking about this. We should get another chest and put it near the fishing area. Can I go IRL fast as well? Not as fast as this. Like what, it's been like 42 minutes, maybe like 30 minutes or so of actual game time so far? I'm tired already? Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go to the salon. And get some food. It's been 30 minutes here and we're already like through 2 days already. Time does go by fast when you're playing D&D though. That one I can't deny. I think the longest D&D games I've ever had was probably close to 11 hours or so. Let me see. Let's get ourselves a salad here. I know Lee really likes salads, but we're gonna go ahead and just have this one to ourselves. That didn't do much. But yeah, we had a... we were doing a one-shot. It was a vampire one-shot that one of my players did, like, way back when... Pretty much when we first started doing D&D. And... I'm trying to think about where to start the story. I think we started maybe in, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we ended up going until like nearly 1 a.m. Simply because we really wanted to try and get the session done so we didn't have to do another one. But he went like full ham on all of the storyline, not storyline, all of like the world building and such. I believe the initial premise of the campaign, or of the one-shot, is we're vampire hunters and we're going out to a, you know, basically vampire country. And dealing with a local lord. My character was, or I was picked as the secret vampire of the group. And partway through, my character started having feelings for another character in the group. So I had her be basically like I basically had her decide that she's like having a lot of difficulty like staying with the vampires, even though like she's, you know, still in love with this one character in the group. Is that still wet? Did we water? We didn't water this today. That looks like it's still wet. Let's check it again tomorrow. See if it's still wet then. It might be that it holds water for longer. So you might be onto something there, Belle. But anyway, long story short, she left the party after revealing herself that she is a vampire. She warned the local vampire like noble about the party's like incursion. They fought her in the end of the at the end of at the final battle, and then she decided to, you know, give up her evil ways effectively and spend time with this other party member who was I think it was like a 200-year-old human monk. I think it was like level 14 or a high level campaign. Starting to feel exhausted already. Come on, girl. But that was great fun. It went on for so long because the DM didn't want to like do a second game. I can't remember too much else other than that. The party, like, we had one person here who was pretty adamant in the group, pretty adamant to like test everyone for like vampirism beforehand. Like they did it in like the backstory basically. Oh no, that got rid of all my... Who knew that fishing was so exhausting? But one player character was like, oh yeah, my character is going to like be testing everyone before the start of the campaign for vampirism by like drinking holy water and all that. And I remember I didn't really think of a good excuse for why my character got through it, but I also believe that the player jumped this on us like before the first or before the campaign started, or before the one shot started. So he said nothing about this beforehand. we got in and like, oh yeah, my character would absolutely be testing everyone before we start, like drinking holy water and like, you know, holding crosses and all that to see if you're an actual vampire. So he didn't really leave me with much choice, honestly. Like the DM and I had been planning this for like weeks beforehand. That's the only other thing I can remember about the campaign, honestly. That was before I had the group now, and the group wasn't really like that good of a group, I don't think. Oh, before we head there, let's go and dump our fishies in here. Oh, I forgot to put a chest by the pier. That's okay. But yeah, I got into so many arguments with that group. It was honestly not very pleasant. I feel like back then, like it was my first online D&D group, and it was the first time I was running a campaign, so I was pretty excited. But I also kind of felt almost like hostage, really. Oh, we can't check the soil because it's raining. Time to spring on you, that garden is a holy vampire. Well, you know. You already fought a spider vampire before in my game, so... let's go ahead, let's check what we've got here. Get started, cultivate and harvest parsnips. 14 out of 28 people greeted. What should we do today? I am going to go and put this chest down by the pier. Also carve our way through a little bit. But yeah, I honestly felt quite hostage by that group, because it really felt like back then that if I didn't have this group, then I couldn't like DM anymore, and I was really enjoying DMing and world building and such. Okay, where can we put this? We can put this literally right here. Let's put it right there. Excellent. We have all of this space now. Rainy days are very good for fishing. You're probably right. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of fishing while we're here. So we start off with 128 energy. If we cast this, it goes down to 120. So we use 8 energy per casting. Okay. But yeah, nowadays, I am very happy to have the group that I have now. Liger, you are a valued player in my campaign as well. So, you know, well done for being a fantastic player. But I really do feel like, looking back on it, that I needed to have that experience with that bad group that I had beforehand, to get a good group. So if there's any DMs out there who are feeling quite frustrated or flustered about what, like, you know, you probably have like gripes with your own group. If you keep at it, it will, like, I know it doesn't feel like it, but it will get better for you. Same thing can be said about pretty much anything in life, right? Like, whether it be work or whether it be like finding romantic relationships or anything like that. If you keep at it and you keep trying to be honest with yourself. You've also been learning from this current group on how to make decent characters. How do you think, what do you think, how would I phrase this? How do you think your character creation has changed since being with this group, Lego? One thing I'm really looking forward to about this fishing is when we get treasure chests. We haven't gotten one yet, but the first time that I got one in Stardew Valley, I ended up getting this like super good sword that I ended up using for the entire game. Never managed to get the galaxy sword though. But yeah, and this also looks like idyllic, honestly. Imagine just having like this land to yourself, and you just go out to the pier and you just start fishing, and you just chill out. Like, sure, it may be rainy, but like, listen to the ambience. Isn't that just like idyllic? It might just be me though. I am a sucker for quiet places and just being like with nature. Should you go from the very start? Say whatever you're comfortable with, honestly. I know Twitch chat might not be the best for like essay length style questions. So just say whatever you think is the most relevant, honestly. I don't mind. I think I brought up the game Banished a little earlier. It also has a very similar, like, idyllic feels to it as Stardew Valley does. It's very rustic, I think the term is. And it always just makes me think that, you know, man, wouldn't it be great if we lived in, like, you know... wouldn't it be great to, like, live in, like, a little tiny village that's, you know, being built up and, you know, you're, instead of spending all day, like, on your computer or whatever like that and indoors, you're, like, actually going out and doing stuff? I don't know, that always just, like, grabs me. It's, like, a very romantic thing. But when you live in a city like I do, there's really not much, like, it really doesn't feel like there's too much that you can go out and do. Everyone in a city, like, doesn't, like, say hi to you as you walk by. And everyone in the city kind of feels a bit more, I wouldn't say hostile, but less approachable for sure. I know that if you know, actually stop and talk to some people on the road, if they're you know, not busy, they're like decent people. They won't like shut you down or anything. But you know, like, I feel like it's also a bit of the bystander effect as well, right? Like, how often do you see people stopping other people on the road saying, hey, how's it going? You don't really see that at all, do you? Not in a city, at least. But if you're in more of a quiet town, I can see that more often. I might have said this in the previous stream, but when I went to my friend's wedding, about 2 weeks ago now, I think, we went to this little town in the middle of, like, rural England, basically. I think rural is the right term? Like, a tiny little town out in the middle of nowhere, not near any major cities or anything. And it, like, it felt so small, it felt so cute, and it literally felt like, you know, everyone that you walked past would say hi to you. Nobody said hi, of course, because we were, you know, I don't think we were, I don't know, actually. It felt like there are a lot more like little close-knit communities that we passed by, rather than when you're in a city. All right, we have done a decent amount of fishing. We must not forget that our equipment is in that chest down there. I'm gonna see who I can say hi to in town. I also wonder if the community center's open. The community center doesn't open until you get the cutscene, right? Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and say hi to Penny if we can. Yeah, it looks like everyone's avoiding the rain. Oh, Penny is actually outside of her room. We don't have a school here, but I'm doing my very best to keep Vincent and Jas a proper education. Every child deserves a chance to be successful. Jas is very good at maths and reading. Vincent is good at, well, he had a very good imagination. As somebody working in education myself, I definitely feel that you're there, Penny. Alright. I don't know, where do people hang out during the rainy days? I believe Penny might be out, right? She sometimes does singing by the mountains. Not Penny, Abigail, I mean. I feel like somebody might be out here as well at some point. No, it doesn't look like it. Your very first character with some of this group was Goth, which, if you ask Nis and Lucas, was a very bland and quiet character. Then we got Nemon, who is another one of Liger's characters. Ooh, we get horseradishes. Nice. 1 second. No, it looked like she's not out here. Okay, that's fine. Then we get Nemen, which was just evil and quiet. Next was Rin. He was charming but never talked constantly. Oh! The homeless guy's out here. Stranger, hello. Don't mind me. I just live out here alone. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a peek in his tent, shall we? Yep. This is where Linus lives. Is that a whiteboard? Is that a calendar? And we can turn this fire off, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, so Rin is a very social character. He is a prince of a region, and he's basically like built as a face. Let me see. Charming but never quite talked constantly. Yeah, I don't feel like you enjoy playing characters that speak constantly, do you, Liger? I feel like you're more like... Oh, interesting. I'm at 0 health, but I can still move. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, no, I don't... Like, based on the experience I've had with you, like, it seems like you prefer, like, more quiet, based characters. Like, you've played a lot... I think you've played quite a few charisma-based characters, right? I haven't really noticed, like, any, like, massive problems or anything with, like, your roleplay or anything. I mean, I'm sure you'd be aware that the group would let you know if, like, we think that anything's wrong, of course. But I just took that as sort of like a personality thing, really. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's get some wood. Let's get a cockle. Interesting. Mussel. And then we just have junk there. Although we can eat seaweed. Let's go ahead and eat some seaweed. Yep. Go ahead and just chomp on down on this stuff. But yeah, we all have our different ways of playing D&D characters. Another player in our group, I've noticed, it really enjoys playing the more aggressive characters. So this would be Displacer, or Liger's, well, just so that Liger can know. And like, he roleplays his character like amazingly. And I don't feel like he would roleplay the characters as good if it weren't if they weren't like the sort of like the aggressive or the instigating type, right? You as a person can't talk constantly like us, which is why Gogi is kind of me trying to do stuff like that. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. It does feel like, from my perspective at least, and I can't speak with the other people, but it really feels like you've invested quite a bit into Gogi based on the spirits are annoyed, based on the way that you've roleplayed him so far, and the amount of effort that you put into him as well. It sounds like you're really, you're really one with the Gogi. Let's see, check for spring onion. Okay. I think the takeaway for anyone watching this, it's okay if you're like playing, you know, a character that doesn't like match who you are specifically. Like, let's say you're a very shy and introverted person and you're playing a charisma-based character. You don't need to be like outspoken and, you know, boisterous or anything like that. You can absolutely play like charisma characters in terms of like, they don't speak much, but when they do speak, it's meaningful, right? Like, that's definitely one way to do it. But even if you like can't think of a way to do it, just say, hey, like, my character does this, for instance. So like, let's say you play as a very persuasive character, but you are not persuasive yourself. I can't believe the Stardew stream is turning into a D&D character discussion stream. But There we go. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, let's say you're playing a very charismatic character, but you don't feel as charismatic. There is no problem, I don't think, with saying, hey, my character would spend a little bit of time trying to speak with this person, and trying to, you know, I want to appeal to this character's, like, you know, good-sided nature or something like that. And I just don't know what words to say, but can my character do it? And me as a DM, I'd be like, absolutely. If you want, we can roll for it, and if they roll for it, that'll be a persuasion check, and so on and so forth. And as I find that as people become more comfortable with their characters, they do tend to roleplay more, which is really good. And honestly, all of it. Oh, Shane. What do you want? Leave me alone. Well, there we go. That was Shane, everybody. Welcome to Shane. You also like Garden because he's your way of showing emotion while being shy? Yeah. Ooh, Penny. We're very lucky to have a library in such a small town. When you're lost in a book, it's easy to forget the realities of your life. Maybe that's why I like reading so much. Sorry, I got carried away there. I don't think we've said hello to Penny's mother yet. Oh, let's go ahead and say hi to Alex. The air's starting to warm up. I'm feeling pumped. Alright, and Pam should be in here. Do you guys think that Pam sleeps on the, Where does Pam sleep in this house? It seems like she sleeps on the sofa here. Hey kid, the name's Pam. Dude, you can frickin' sit down. Look at that. Are my legs crossed as well? Is that what's going on? No, the legs aren't crossed. Okay, that would have been cool if they were crossed. Don't be a jerk and we'll get along fine. Alright, well, there we go. I'm just taking a moment here to appreciate what, like, Penny's home tells us about the situation, right? So, you see that Penny here, she has a relatively nice room. She had, you know, ordered bookshelf, she has a table, she has chairs. She even had, like, carpentry in her room and wallpaper. Whereas out here, like, look, Pam doesn't even, like, clean up after herself. It looked like there's, like, a spill here, or probably some vomit. And it's, like, this old-ass TV here. And, like, these sofas look pretty worn. What's in... Dude. It's full of empty beer bottles. Yeah, Pam doesn't seem like she looks after herself, but it seems like she does care a lot for Penny. So she has put in a lot of expenses to get Penny's room made right, you know? That's kind of like what this tells, the story that this tells me. Let's go ahead and say hello to the old couple. So here we have... Oh, they only have a single over here? Interesting. You'd think for an old couple they'd probably have a bit of a larger bed, huh? Yeah, not good enough friends with Evan or George to enter. But look like they have an old-timey radio. What else could you interact with here? You could interact with the... oh, my face is covering that. That's okay. But then, Alex over here. Looked like he has a much larger room. You can see he's got exercise books. He's got exercise dummy. He's got, like... I'm not sure if that's a... I don't know what's up with his wall over here. But yeah, like, the living spaces here, there's been quite a bit of thought put into all of these places. Which tells you a lot more about the characters than just conversing with them does, really. Evelyn, I'll be baking cookies today. I like to make sunflower shapes in the spring. Maybe I'll tell you my recipe one of these days. Okay, and then we have old George here. It's irritating to have to meet all these new people, huh? Name's George, by the way. Now buzz off. Alright, what can we interact with in here? Ooh, we can interact with bookshelf. The Dark Blue Life, a coal miner's memoir. Cookies for every season. Okay, so I believe this is telling us, the fact that this book is here, that's telling us that George over here was a coal miner or had some sort of industrial-based job. That's something that I didn't know about him before. Has anything in this game surprised you about any of the characters? If it has, let me know in chat. Let's go ahead and say hello to Lewis in here. Lewis is... He's got a pretty nice home. Let's see what some of this stuff says. Mayor's oven could use a good cleaning. Okay, so he's not really that much of a cleanly guy. It's the mayor's fridge. It's mostly full of milk and iced tea. Okay. Milk and iced tea. I'm not sure what iced tea implies about a character. Pelican Town marriage log. After marriage, you may file for divorce here. Let's hope that isn't necessary. What's this one? Ledger book. It looked like the mayor uses this to keep track of finances. Marriage log, and then what is this? The town lost and found box. Oh, that must be where you get stuff. If you lose like a... If you just leave stuff behind. Traditional tea setting. The mayor must be pretty serious about his tea. Okay, so that's probably what the tea tells us about this character. He likes teas. You think the librarian guy having keys to the sewers? Yeah, what would that imply? That would imply that he's, he frequent there. He doesn't seem like a sewage caretaker guy. Do you think he knows about the creatures that live in the sewer? What kind of relationship must he have with the guys in the sewer? You're talking about this guy, right, Gunther? Oh, what is... I feel like there's so many minor things that have been added to this game since I last played that I'm not sure about. Did somebody enter just now? No, okay. Oh, it's Sam. I don't think we said hello to Sam yet. Hey, I'm Sam. Good to meet you. Oh, let's go up and say hello to Robin's family. We've already said hi to Robin. We've already said hi to Maru. I think we just need to... Sebastian's going to be difficult to say hi to. He is like us gamers, and he spent a lot of time in his room. But he also has a cool-ass motorcycle, so, He's got one up on me at the very least. Oh, here we go. What's this guy's name? Demetrius. Greetings, I'm Demetrius, local scientist and father. Thanks for introducing yourself. I'm studying the local plants and animals from my home laboratory. Have you met my daughter Maru? She's interested to meet you. Yep, I have actually. I feel sorry for Maru. Every time I play this game, I typically intend to marry Maru finally, but I always pick a different person at the very last moment. Oh, you just moved in, right? Cool. Out of all the places you could live, you chose Pelican Town? Hey, don't judge me. Look like Maru is out. Okay, but yeah, Maru's room up here in the beneath my camera here. Maru's room, definitely geeky. You see she's got like some robots here, she's got a tool here, she's got a computer. And she also has a trap door. I think because I've never married Maru, I don't really know what's in that trap door. I feel like that's a heart event. We also have a science bay over here, which is probably Demetrius' stuff. Other than that, what else do we have? We have up here... That must be Demetrius' computer up there in the top right. And otherwise, that bookshelf is probably full of woodworking books, honestly. Oh, can I say hello to you? Have you met everyone in town here? That sounds exhausting. Yeah, no, I haven't yet. I guess all the woodworking stuff is out front here, so that tells you a bit about Robin's character. And then down here, he has 2 computer screens. He also has a... Oh yeah, doesn't he do... He does the Stardew version of D&D, right? What is it? Like, wizards and caves or something? Mines and wizards? If I remember right, that is a heart event. He's got a nice emo picture up here. I'm not sure what that's meant to depict. It looks like a a canyon in night with the moon kind of framed by the canyon. And otherwise, he's also just a bit messy. You know, he lives in the basement. This is something that I hopefully want to get better at in my storytelling, which is having the environment tell you about the characters. I plan on spending a lot of time with my telescope this summer. Alright, that's it. Ooh, we can interact with this. One of Robin's axes. I think that... Oh, let's interact with stuff in here. B cassette, okay. Stereo microscope. Stereo microscope. Okay. The periodic table. Oh, you're out again? This is the rare chance that we've seen Sebastian out of his room twice in one day. What? Has that ever happened before? Is this a new record? Sebastian is out twice in one day? Alright, I don't believe the mines are open right now. Maybe this is the run to do that for? Possibly. I'm not making any promises. We'll just see how things go, you know. Don't wanna rush things, you know. Don't wanna you know, seem too eager. I think that's pretty much it. I've been keeping an eye out for worms in the ground, but I've not managed to find anything. They do have schedules for what they do on certain days. And I know it also changes depending on whether it's raining or whatnot. Alright, I think it is time to head to sleep. Let's go ahead and sell some of the stuff that we're carrying here. Oh. Getting a bit of a cramp in my stomach. Let's put one daffodil in here. We're gonna need at least one for the shop, the community store. Community center. Alright, let's go ahead and head to bed. See what tomorrow brings. And then we can see if the soil is still wet from the rain the other day. Although I should have done that yesterday, right? Oh! Dude, we get a cat. Hello, Charlie. You see this cat here? I found it sitting outside the entrance to your farm. I think it's a stray, poor little thing. I think it likes this place. Hey, don't you think this farm could use a good cat? Oh, absolutely. Dude, imagine having a cat on like a beach farm like this with all of the fish that go around. That cat is gonna be ecstatic. I will absolutely adopt the cat. And we are gonna give this cat the name of Garden. There we go. Well, little Garden, you be a good kitty now, okay? You listen to her, Liger. Alright, we also have mail. And it looks like our parsnips already. To our valued JojaMart customers, our team members have removed the landslide caused by our drilling operation near the mountain lake. I'd like to remind you that our drilling operation is entirely legal pursuant to Initiative L61091 Jojiko Amendment. Responsible stewardship for the local environment is our top priority. We apologize for any inconvenience this accident may have caused. As always, we value your continued support and patronage. Morris, Joja Customer Satisfaction Representative. Oh no, Garden's breaking all logic now. What do you mean he's breaking all logic? He's still just a cat. At least he isn't in Stardew Valley. Just because he's in a different world now doesn't mean, you know, that he's broken any logic. We've had characters breaking worlds before. So this note here is our first real, like, interaction, or first real, like, I don't know, like, introduction to JojaMart. We passed by, I think, the Joja Mart a little bit earlier when we were going out on the rainy day. But this tells us that Joja Mart might not necessarily have the best interest of the community at heart. Where it says, our drilling operation near the mountain lake, they were drilling and it caused a landslide, right? Which affected the surroundings. While they did clear it up, it seemed like they were forced to clear it up, right? Because it immediately goes from, hey, we screwed up. And by the way, what we did was entirely legal under this specific, like hyper-specific, like ordeal, right? Amendment, right? So they're like, hey, we didn't screw up. We just, like, we didn't screw up. Look, it's right here in this book. Like, it tells us that we didn't screw up, okay? If you have any questions or concerns, we did not screw up because we followed the rules on this specific page. What aren't they telling us, huh? You never went with Joja Mart? I never have, and I never will. I don't believe Joja Mart is the morally correct operation. And we all know that if you make a morally corrupt decision in a video game, it is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Okay, it looked like it's dried up. Yeah, it looks like it's dried up, so we're going to go ahead and water it. We're also going to go ahead and water... Let's make a few more areas here. Just to test this out. Death to Jojo! Let's go. Let's ruin the corporate industry. The corporate identity of Joja Mart. It shall not be permitted to exist within the confines of Pelican Town. We named this place Pelican Town because pelicans are part of nature. Corporations don't have any sway here. Alright. Let's plop our parsnips into the bin there. And let's go ahead and say hi to everyone. Oh, let's grab this dandelion as well. Oh, we have one up here as well. Nice. Daffodil, sure. Do you think people would like it if I give them a daffodil? Do you think daffodils are like a good gift to give to people? How? Oh, we get the cutscene. I'll finish this thought later. Speaking of pelicans, have you ever seen how a pelican yawns? No, I have not. Oh, hi there. What an eyesore. This is the Pelican Town Community Center, or what's left of it anyway. It used to be the pride and joy of the town, always bustling with activity. Now just look at it. It's shameful. These days the young folk would rather sit in front of a TV than engage with the community. But listen to me, I sound like an old fool. Joja Corporation has been hounding me to sell them the land so they can turn it into a warehouse. Pelican Town could use the money, but there's something stopping me from selling it. I guess old-timers like me get attached to the relics of the past. Oh well. If anyone else buys a Joja Co membership, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. Here, let's go inside. So yeah, one of the major themes of Stardew Valley is, I don't know how to describe it, but like corporate life versus, you know, just getting back in touch with nature and the world. Just look at how it's been posed since the first cutscene, right? What's this? I guess Vincent and Jas must have been playing in here. This place is even more dilapidated than I remember. Oh! What is that? What? What's the matter? Are you ill? No, I saw it. It was right here. Where did it go? Oh. You saw something? I wouldn't be surprised if this place was full of rats. There it is again! You're worrying me, Charlie. No, I saw them. They were gogi rats. Look, I think I'm going to head home. I need some lunch. Aw, look at her. She looks so depressed. Hey, I'll keep this place unlocked from now on. Maybe you can help catch that rat if you have some extra time. Oh, I know a great rat catcher. Strange. I'll have to come back and explore this building further. Is this the first time we get our character's actual dialogue? I feel like sometimes that style of, like, you know, text boxing there is, like, the narrative, but there it seemed like it was definitely, the character speaking, right? But anyway, okay, I am going to look up to see how a pelican yawns. Pelican yawning. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can put this on, oh, that is terrifying. Okay. Oh, 1 second here. Oh, thank you for the link, Liger. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I clicked. I found this one here. We literally found the exact same one. Let me see if I can get the stream overlay to work on this. I might have to go over to the live scene here. Let me see. How do I do that? Okay, give me 1 moment here while I sort things out. Pelicans have the craziest way of yawning. Okay, and then how do I do this? Okay, and then if I do something like cinema mode, and I go to here. Okay, I am going to also hide my, where is it? Live overlay, I hide that. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to transition over to this screen for a moment. And take a look at how this frickin' thing yawned. This is by, the Dodo. The Dodo channel. So let's go ahead and see. Their bills flip inside out. Is that because they're pressing their body onto it? We can't stop watching? Well, no, we can now. I don't feel comfortable showing too much of this. Let's go ahead and bring us back to the live scene here. But yeah, that's terrifying. Does that happen because they like press their bill like into their bodies and like, you know, just creates... I don't know. Alright, we have some mystical text here, huh? We might have to come back to that. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. That was certainly an experience that I'm not going to forget anytime soon. I think one of the first things I'm going to ask my co-workers when I head back to work tomorrow is, hey, have you guys seen a pelican yawn? And then show them that. Help wanted, running low on green algae. If someone could bring me one, I would be much appreciated. Willie. Okay. Whose birthday is coming up? Lewis's birthday is up first, and then Vincent. We have Haley's birthday next, just after the Egg Festival. So we're gonna have to try and find something to gift Haley. I feel like Jas here, we should say hi to him. Oh, stranger! My name's Vincent. Oh, that's Vincent, not Jas. Mama said not to talk to strangers, but you seem okay. Alright. I believe you're heading over to Penny, right? I want to say hi to Jas as well. Is she in here? No, it doesn't look like... Oh, there's Jody. Oh, you aren't exactly how I imagined, but that's okay. I'm Jody. It's a quiet little town, so it's very exciting when someone new moves in. Having a farmer around could really change things. And we have Sam over here, who's still in his bed. It's what, 10? Oh, he wakes up at 10 AM, huh? And what does he do? He starts jamming. He is a musician at heart. They press their floppy bill pouch up against their neck. Yeah, it looks freaky, right? Like, you don't expect to see the inside of their floppy beaks, do you? First time I saw it, I thought it was literally regurgitating something. I know some animals are capable of basically puking out their literal stomach. So how was your first night in the old cottage? Your grandpa used to complain about the rickety old bed, but I think deep down he actually loved that house. Alright, let's go ahead and say hi to Jazz. She is one of the only people we have not said hi to yet. Hi. Alright, we have literally said hi. I believe that should be nearly everyone, right? How many more people do we need to say hi to? Getting started? Oh, we finished! Oh, no, that's not the right one. Introductions. We have... what is that? 3 more people to speak to? Who do we still need to speak to and say hi to? We've said hi to Clint. We've said hi to Shane. I guess we might need to say hi to the wizard, right? So let's go over and see if we can find the wizard. Have we said hi to Gus yet? Let's see if Gus is in here. Oh, we haven't said hi to Abigail, actually. Oh, that's right. I heard someone new was moving into that old farm. It's kind of a shame, really. I always enjoyed exploring those overgrown fields by myself. Don't you mean overgrown beach? Anyway, let's compare hair. It looks like my hair is a darker shade of purple compared to hers. You can check a list in your inventory. Oh, you're freaking right. Let's see. Who do we... what is this? Oh, is this a speech bubble that says, hey, you haven't talked to this person yet? Lewis. Oh, yeah, no, dude. That's exactly what it is. Okay. We haven't spoken to Gus. Really? Wait, who are you? Oh, you're Harvey. You're not Pierre, you're Harvey. Okay. And then the wizard. So yeah, it seems like the wizard is someone we need to speak to. Right, what am I doing here? Let's sell these. And I think we should get some beans. Let's go ahead and get, what, 3, let's get 6 beans. Yeah, let's get 6 beans for now. Let's see if we can check in here. Oh, are you coming out here? You are. Fantastic. Hello there! Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Harvey, the local doctor. I perform regular checkups and medical procedures for all the residents of Pelican Town. It's rewarding work. I hope you'll find your own work equally rewarding in time. Alright. So he runs the clinic, it seems. Ooh, there's a markup here. What is this? The sign of the vessel. It's here to comfort those who believe in Yoba. Interesting. So that seemed like a religious symbol of some kind. Then we have, what is this? Is life sometimes difficult? Do you ever have trouble staying focused? Talk to your doctor about... what? Pravoxenone? Pravoxenone is not for everyone. Side effects may include insomnia, severe anger, uncontrollable swelling of the throat, permanent discoloration of the lips, hair loss, and stroke. In extremely rare cases, 1 in 500, test subjects experience complete disintegration of 1 or more of their bones. What? So, okay. If you have trouble staying focused, you can get Pravoxenone? Something like that. You can get this medicine if you're having trouble with focusing. But you may also get insomnia, severe anger, uncontrollable swelling of the throat, permanent discoloration of the lips. Permanent discoloration of the lips. And in rare cases, a complete disintegration of 1 or more of your bones. At that point, wouldn't the symptoms cause what it's trying to prevent in the first place? Probably not a good idea to stick your hand in there. It's full of used syringes, dirty swabs, and little nodules that Harvey stuck into people's ears. It's a simple job, better not put your fingers in there. Okay, it looks like there's not too much more we can interact with on this side. Oh, we can interact with this. Oh, can't we buy stuff from Harvey when he's here? Oh, we can interact with these. Don't spread disease, cover your sneeze. This clinic is licensed for medical practice by the Ferngil Republic Health Authority. Ooh. Hey, this plant is fake. I knew something was fishy with that Harvey fellow. He had fake plants in his home. What kind of a man keeps fake plants in his home? I know I got rid of all my plants when I forgot to water them. I don't even try to pretend that I'm good with plants. I just don't have plants in my house. In my garden, though, that's another story completely. My garden is overgrown as all hell. I really need to go out there and get it cut down at some point. I have bamboo growing in it and everything. It is a little bit of a mess. But it wasn't like it was me who planted it there, so I basically just inherited it. It's a inherited problem, and I need to. Well, firstly, I need to. Can you guys believe that over here in Britain, you need to pay to get your garbage, your garden garbage, like, disposed of? And that might sound like a first world problem, but literally all other, like, garbage types are taken in, like, once every week, basically. Except for garden stuff. Like, you need to pay, like, it's not too expensive. I think it's like, what, £45 for the entire year? But it just came to a shock to me one day. I didn't know that you needed to pay for that. So I have this, I have the garbage bin, but it hasn't got the sticker that said that we should take it, or that, you know, it's been paid for and the garbage guys can come and take it. So here I am. I put all my garbage junk inside my garbage bin. Sorry, my garden stuff inside my garden bin. And then I put the bin outside my home, and I'm thinking, hey, like, these guys are going to come by later on tomorrow, or tomorrow morning, and take all my shit, basically. But no, apparently they didn't. I was like, wait, what happened? I look online, and then I was shocked to find that you have to pay for it. I'm not sure how it is in other countries, but that was a bit of a surprise. I mean, it's not too much of a bother, but it really wasn't like something that came to my mind, honestly. Alright. Let's see what we've got going on. What can we make? We need to make a scarecrow at some point as well. I believe we get a scarecrow with some farming stuff. Should we make a wooden path? Let's go ahead and make a small wooden path running down this length here. Okay, we get 2. How does this look? So if I put this right here... Yeah, that looks good. How many wood... It takes 1 wood for each section. Okay, not bad at all. We don't need to worry about the sap. We have 17 wood. That should be more than enough. But while we're at it, we might as well go ahead and grab a bunch more wood. Do we have any in here? We have 60 in here, so we didn't really need to do that. Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and grab this stuff. Go ahead and plop that in there. You never know when some maple seeds are going to come in handy. And let's go ahead and get ourselves about 8, I think. 8 should do. 1, 2... Yeah, I think we should also get rid of this tree. It's kind of blocking the view. Okay. And here we have the start of a beautiful farm going on here. Oh, let's check the soil over here. Does that look watered? That does look watered. They all look watered. I'm pretty sure I didn't water it today. Did I water it today, guys? I don't think I did. So, you might be right, Vel. It might retain water better. Oh, and we also get oysters showing up on shore as well. Alright, let's head on over to here. Let's go ahead and sell that. Get rid of some of those. What do we use sap for? Is sap used for anything, for any constructions? Let's go ahead and put it in here for now. And place that there. Daffodil. I think... Oh, we also need to do the spring forage collection as well. So let's go to the community center and check to see what forage we need. Not forage. What seeds we need for spring. If we have that available to us, I think right now it might just be the spring forage bundle. In that case, I believe we need horseradish. Oh, that's right. We haven't actually seen... Like, we don't know what this is yet. We can't read it yet. Yeah, we can't read it. I think we're just waiting on a message from the wizard in that case. So hopefully the wizard comes back to us at some point soon. In the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and head to the north to see if we can find some more forage. For some reason, horseradish and I think the last one is leeks. They don't seem to spawn around the farm too often, or around town. We do have some worms here. What do we get? We get some more clay. Okay. Well, is Linus out and about? Is he in his tent? He is in his tent. Hey, Linus. Here you go. This is a great gift. Thank you. He didn't take it. Did I have two of them? I might have had two of them. Let's go ahead and give him some light. He doesn't seem to know how to turn on his campfire himself, apparently. So we're just going to help him out. Who do you guys think is the most wholesome character in Stardew Valley? Linus gave me a real wholesome smile just by getting a simple daffodil. So I think he's earned some wholesome points for me. Oh yeah, I want to go to the forest, but it might be a little bit too late to go to the forest. But let's see, other than Linus, in terms of... this is not the right path. How do we get to the forest from here? Is it over here? Oh, we get a... what is this? A sea urchin? Yeah! Okay. I feel like Penny is a wholesome person. Linus is, and a lot of people actually want to help Linus, but he thinks he would get mad at him. Yeah, like Gus, especially, right? Oh yeah, this is getting a bit too dark for even me to see anything. Actually, it looks a bit clearer on the stream overlay. We'll just do an initial cursory glance around. Yeah, it doesn't look like... Oh my goodness, I can't make my way through here. This is why they tell you not to get lost in the woods at night, kids. You can't see where you're going. I kind of want to go check on the wizard, but we can do that in the morning when we are not blinded. Oh, and the Wandering Traveler's here. The Wandering Trader. So, you're saying that Linus is probably the most wholesome person? I would agree, he's definitely got a high number of wholesome points. I think the least wholesome person, at least in my opinion, might be Sebastian. And I would probably argue Sebastian because he seems to be pretty done with Pelican Town, so he doesn't really get too many wholesome moments, I don't think. Oh! Garden! Hello! Yep, go to sleep for the night. Oh, when we level up our farming, we get the scarecrow finally. I saw a really cool horror game on YouTube the other day about it was a story-based I think it was an RPG Maker game revolving around crows. Like you play as a scarecrow and you have like a little scarecrow family. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Spirits are very happy today. And it involves a witch in the forest, and the witch was it's basically like a crow witch, right? And she wants something from the town. But she can't go to the town because there are scarecrows there. So the scarecrows keep the witch from heading into town because the witch is, you know, a crow witch. Don't think you can access the wizard until he sends you a note. Okay. Alright. I know we've tested this, but my memory span right now is being really, really bad. So I'm going to water this again. I am going to try and check it tomorrow. See if it is, if it does stay watered or not. We'll also do this one here. Alright, I think this might be the wizard's note. Yeah, look at that. My sources tell me you've been poking around inside the old community center. Why don't you pay me a visit? My chambers are west of the forest lake. I'm in the stone tower. I may have information concerning your rat problem. M. Rasmodius Wizard. M. What does M stand for? Alright, let's go ahead and say hello to the wizard. I believe he might be one of the only people we haven't said hi to yet. Who was the other one that we haven't said hi to? I remember the face, but I can't think of the name. Oh, Gus. We haven't said hi to Gus yet. That is the wrong way. I might just be on a Sebastian hate train, honestly, but I feel like Sebastian ranks pretty low on a lot of my Stardew Valley lists. Like, oh, we get a dandelion, nice. Like, I have never married Sebastian. I, like, rarely ever talk to him, which, I mean, he is pretty difficult to talk to, honestly, compared to everyone else. He gets the least amount of screen time because he is so sequestered away, right? And I don't think I've ever, like, completed his 8-heart event. I know he has a motorcycle, but that's about it. Ah, come in. I am Rasmodius, seeker of the arcane truths. Mediary between physical and ethereal, master of the 7 elements. Keeper of the sacred Shari, you get the point. And you, Charlie, the one whose arrival I have long foreseen. Here, I'd like to show you something. Behold! He is a rat summoner. He summoned the rats. You've seen one before, haven't you? They call themselves the Junimals. Mysterious spirits, these ones. For some reason, they refuse to speak to me. It's an apple. It is an apple. I'm not sure why they've moved into the community center, but you have no reason to fear them. You found a golden scroll written in an unknown language. Most interesting. Stay here. I'm going to see for myself, then I'll return shortly. I love this part. He just nopes on out of there. And then wallop. I found the note. The language is obscure, but I was able to decipher it. We, the Junimar, are happy to aid you. In return, we ask for gifts of the valley. If you are one with the forest, then you will seek the true nature of this scroll. Wow, the Junimars are smart enough to be like, hey, if you are smart enough to work with us, then you're going to have to go meet the wizard. One with the forest. What do they mean? But then again, the wizard wasn't Like, we didn't go out and seek the wizard. The wizard approached us, right? Time to add Junimo to Elos. Don't tempt me. Aha! Come here. My cauldron is bubbling with ingredients from the forest. Burn, baby fern, moss grub, caramel-topped toadstool. Can you smell it? Caramel-topped toadstool. That sounds conflicting. Here, drink up. Let the essence of the forest permeate your body. Yeah, this is pretty suspicious. We gained 26 energy though, so it can't be all bad, even though we've turned into a frog. Alright, and here we go. Well, we're just gonna have to see this one through to the end, honestly. When something strange like this happens to you, the only thing you can do is just let it run its course. We're getting imbibed with all of the essence of nature, if you know what I mean. You've gained the power of the forest magic. Now you can decipher the true meaning of the Junimo scrolls. We're getting high off wizard soup. I mean, nobody said that. Alright, let's actually say hi to him. Ah, yes, I predicted your arrival a long time ago, young Charlie. However, your fate is ultimately in your own hands. Alright, and I believe... What are you doing? I only let those I trust enter there. But yeah, so Wizard Rasmodius here, he has purple hair. Abigail's true father? You know, maybe. Maybe, what's her name? I think Abigail's mum's name is Caroline. I think Caroline might have been an apprentice of the wizard at one point, and she fell in love, and then, you know, she had a fling, and then, I don't know, maybe she had a falling out with the wizard, and then, you know, moved in with Pierre, but they were secretly still seeing each other, and then Abigail was, you know, magicked into this world, shall we say. Oh, have I met Marnie yet? Hold on a second. Yeah, we have. Okay, so we just need to go ahead and speak to Gus. I don't think we can access the salon yet. Oh, we should also give Prairie King a go as well when that opens. So let's see. Gus does not appear to be in here. Oh, we are so close to getting this thing. Let's see. Can we get it from selling stuff? Not right now. And I think I sold my only my only dandelion here. Not dandelion. Whatever. What is that thing called? It's not a dandelion. It's the other one. All right. Let's go ahead and try and gather as many of the forage that we can. Let's also check in the super secret screen that I rarely ever go to. The road. Daffodil. Thank you very much, Liger. You fill in the gaps in my memory with your self-proclaimed goldfish mind. Alright, let's check towards the north of our place here. Oh, also it's a new day, right? It seems to still be watered. Let's head up north and see if we can get any more forage. I believe we also have about 10 minutes left on stream. I did anticipate this being a little bit of a shorter stream, but I ended up getting a bit carried away. I still have a couple of things to do before I turn in for the evening and wake up early for work tomorrow. So I don't want to spend too much longer here. So I think once we get through the rest of this day, we'll check out the mine in the next stream. We'll probably play this again on next Thursday, I will be putting the VOD up on my YouTube channel. You can check to see my YouTube channel down below the stream. It should give you the information there. Let's go and check. Oh, we found one. Nice. So yeah, I put up all the VODs of my streams over on my YouTube channel. Let's go down here. Okay, spring forage bundle. Yeah, so we need wild horseradish and leek. Let's go ahead and put 1. Let's put 2. Once we get those 2, then we can get the farming bundle, and we can see what we still need to get. It's still the same day. God frickin' damn it! Oh no. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and check towards the, No, we still have time. We'll do the rest of that tomorrow. Let's go ahead and let's do one attempt. Should I say one solid attempt at Prairie King? Okay. Okay, so WSD move and then we shoot. Let me get the cursor off screen. Alright. How are you guys when it comes to Prairie King? Oh nice, we get a rocket. That's always good. Prairie King can certainly feel very unfair at times, and I can't remember what the spirit said about our luck today. I know luck really affects this game. Alright, here we go. Since we already have an item, we get to play the effect of the item that we pick up. Ooh, we get a life. We need to make sure to pick up as many coins as we can, so that we can get any enchantments that we or anything from the shop that we need. Let's go ahead and pick up this speed, and make sure we're shooting down here so that nothing like literally drops and spawns on us. Like so. Alright, the shotgun really does help quite a bit in terms of clearing out people. And we have a little bit of a timer, or we have the timer up top. Alright, there we go. Prairie King, for me, took a long time to, you know, at least get used to. I feel now I'm not too bad, but now that I say that, watch me, like, lose a few lives here. It can certainly get very hairy. I'm so glad that bomb dropped there. Alright, let's pick that up. Oh! Okay, here we go. Nice. Well. There we go. Awesome. That went super well. We still have a little bit under half time remaining with this wave here. After this, I believe we'll probably be getting a shop. We do still have a shotgun in case we need it. Let's pick this up quickly. Nice. Oh, make sure we get that coin. Okay, and then these little guys are a little bit difficult to get rid of. I'm going to activate the shotgun here. Nice, we get a shotgun immediately. Go ahead and pick up the chain attack. And we are good to go to the boss, I believe, is next, right? How many coins do we have? We have 9. We are 1 coin short. Is it worth it to pick up the shoes here? Should we pick up the shoes, or should we save for the gun in the next round? I feel like a little bit of speed won't hurt. But at the same time, there's no guarantee that we'll get, what is that, 9 coins? Never really played this game on Stardew, fair enough. I'll go ahead and pick this up, just so that it's a little bit easier to move around. Next up we have, what is this? Yeah, one more round and then I think we have the boss, right? That's how this works? Alright, let's get to shooting some zombies! Is the lore of this game ever, like, really explained? Alright, this is getting a little bit hairy. Because it looks like we have zombies and we have, ogre mages. Okay, I need to... Ah, ha, ha. Oh boy, okay, well there's our first demise. Sadly, we have lost our power-up as well, so we need to keep an eye out for actual power-ups. Ooh, that's a good power-up. Would you consider this to be bullet hell? I wouldn't consider this to be bullet hell personally. I'd consider it to be like a reverse bullet hell. But I am thinking of Toho a little bit when I play this game. Alright, Spiral Wheel is a really good pickup. Let's not forget to pick up any coins that we get. Also, combining and mixing the power-ups is also super good. As you can very well see, we get a life. So that one life that we sacrifice is not in vain. Let us pick up this coffee. Go ahead and get a little bit more speed. Oh, make sure we get this life. we nearly made that life worthless in getting. Alright, nearly done. We are in the red when it comes to the timer. Okay. It's more of a mob swarm than a bullet hell. Oh, we have one more? Oh, that's right. I think the boss shouldn't be too far after this one, right? Alright. Let's make sure we don't get trapped in the box here. We do have some, oh, nice. We do have some backups in case things do get hairy. We can activate our bullet belt, I think that is. What is that, an ammo belt? Okay, make sure we get all of these before our... I am going to activate this now. Ooh, nice. Ah, come on! Well, you need to be really careful when you're walking past the openings like that. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Now all we just need to do, we just need to wait here and pick up anything that we see drop. Anyone who decides to come by one of these openings is going to experience the worst day of their zombie lives. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I do believe if you kill someone with the bomb, it doesn't actually drop anything. Alright, we get our one life back that we lost. What is that? That is a gopher? Can we shoot you? We can't? Oh, you distract people, that's right. I remember now. Really bad time to itch your nose. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's try and get that coffee before it disappears. We missed, sadly. Okay. Ah! Okay, things are getting a little hairy. I am going to activate this. I know we have no more time left on the clock. It means nobody else is going to spawn. We get some nice coins. We have 19 coins. Yeah, let's pick that up. We don't have a power up. Okay, we can now get... Ooh, we can get... I think this is... What is it? Is that damage? We'll get the more expensive one first. I believe that might be damage. Although I think we might also be shooting a little bit faster. But now we have the boss. You'll never take me alive. And we can just enjoy a bit of the music here. The boss will start off following our lead, and then he'll start moving on his own. We're just going to create this bullet wall for him. And we're just going to focus on our own character here for a little bit. Look at how much damage we dealt to him. That is real nice. Okay. He's busy following us right now. Go ahead and lure him into a trap. We've almost killed him. Just a couple more shots. Oh, he's gone into hiding, but this is it. His health bar is basically gone. Nice. Let's make sure we pick up that spare life before we touch the log. And let's get hauled off to our next level. Alright, go for time. Now this is where it really picks up speed. The later levels here are quite tricky. We also get introduced to a bit more variety of enemy types. We have these fast little mushrooms that don't take too much to kill. And we also get the butterflies. Then we get these large bulky creatures, ogre wizards, I like to imagine them as, who just take a couple of hits extra. That is a nice pickup. Will save us a little bit of time in terms of aiming. And this is basically just free mode right now. What is that? Oh, that's a teleport and also freezes? Cool. Alright, remember we do have the lightning bolt dude. The lightning bolt power up. What is this? The tablet of Zeus or something? I am actually going to activate it. They're all going to run away from me. Except for the butterfly, huh? I didn't realize the butterfly ran from me. I like how the power-ups now shift towards you. Uh-oh, I want to pick this up. Nice. But it was not safe to. Okay, we can do this. We've almost got this. I like how there's a little tiny question mark on top of everyone's heads. Yeah, we don't have enough to buy any of these, so sadly we have to move on. Alright. Level 2. We have a bit of a trickier arrangement here in terms of the layout. Yeah, these things are coming towards us fast at this point. This is getting real challenging. I swear, they're meant to run away from you, not run towards you. Those mushroom men, like, they seem to be gunning for me when I was in that mode. Ah! Oh no! Okay, oh! That didn't even hit me! Oh my goodness. If I lost another life there, I'd have been mad. Oh, we get the shotgun. We got it without sacrificing a life, although I think we do need to clear things up. We get another power-up, though, to fill up our slot. Ah, frickin' butterfly. Did you guys know that butterflies are, like, terrifying looking, if you, like, look at them real closely? I swear, they are like something from Alien, with the way that their faces are shaped. Everyone thinks that they're these beautiful creatures, but all they see are their wings. They don't, like, zoom into their face and see that these things are actually, like, terrifying aliens from, like, you know, the outer worlds or something. Honestly, I prefer moths. Everyone's like butterfly people, but no, I think I prefer moths better. Probably why I made a race in D&D about moths rather than butterflies. Alright, we get a little bit of a room for breather here. Go ahead and clear out whatever we can. Clear out the hideous butterflies. We get a bomb, that would be nice to clear things up for a moment. We get a 5 coin. Oh no, let's yeah, there we go. We need to use that power-up to get those power-ups down there. This will also help us clear things out. I can't imagine doing... Had anyone ever won this game on like a bad luck week? Uh-oh. Oh no. I thought I was dead there. Oh my goodness. They're coming so fast. And then these butterflies, they cheat. They don't even need to go through the proper ways. Oh no, I want to get that. Nice. Ah. Who knows? Someone must have done it by this point, right? Even now, I think our luck is like pretty good today. Like the spirits aren't mad with us or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. One tip that I might give for this game is to make sure you have as many power-ups as you can. I know that's a bit of a cop-out, but... oh, my goodness. Okay, I think we definitely need attack speed upgrade. So this should make our bullets go a little bit faster. Yep. So we've got, what, one move upgrade, one shot upgrade, and one power upgrade. We are going to need it for the next level. How many lives do we have? We have 4 lives left. Alright. Let's become the Prairie King. This is but a stepping stone on the long journey that it takes to become the true Prairie King. These guys here, they're just imposters. They're working for the witch at the end, I think, right? It's a witch at the end? Or a hag or something? I don't know what the lore of this game is. I don't think it's ever been explicitly told. It's just, hey, traverse the prairie. Oh, actually, at the end, don't you find, like, your missing loved one or something? And then you move it into a house afterwards? Man, I think Abigail is going to be so mad that we completed this game before we get her heart event. Whoa. Frickin'. Well, that must have been Abigail striking us from the grave, huh? Alright, nearly done. Let's go ahead and shoot this man a few times. Oh, this is getting tense. I'm really most worried about what's going to happen in the next level, because that is going to get really tough. I think the next level is best tackled if you have like 2 upgrades in like one category. So if you have like 2 power upgrades, that's going to be really good for getting rid of the skeletons. That shot was super close. Hopefully, we can get, what, 20 coins by the time the next upgrade shows up? Ah, he ended his... Oh no. He ended his movement behind shelter, so I couldn't take advantage of that. Alright, guy. Die. Nice! Okay, next up, we have Skull Land. Whew. Alright. Let this not be the death of us. We are armed with a shotgun, 1 upgrade in every level. It's taking us quite a few hits to kill these skeletons. Oh, nice. That's going to help. Look at how we just mow through these guys now. Oh, that's also good. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up the second one and third one. Alright, if we can keep chaining the power-ups like this, we are in good. Just make sure that we keep an eye out. We shoot at the area that we're approaching whenever we get a drop near one of the entrances. Okay, this is bad. That's really bad. But we have 24 coins. We did just waste our power-up though, so hopefully we get another one of those soon. Otherwise, I think we are going to get overwhelmed pretty easily here. We should stay away from the corners because those imps can come in at any time. Coffee is not really a power-up that I think we need. Ah! I can't get that. Ah! It disappeared right at the wrong time. Alright, come on. Come on, by the power of Gogi, please. Ah! Okay, we need a power-up. We desperately need a power-up. Okay, that's a power-up. Let's go ahead and activate. Did I... Oh! I did pick up the bomb. I just didn't have a power-up in my inventory, so I died as soon as I picked it up. I see. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna use this, just so we can pick up this one. Okay. I think power upgrade is gonna be essential. Oh, sorry, shot upgrade is gonna be essential here. Especially since we have the wheel right now. Alright. Look at us go! Although I think we still have the power-up from last time, right? Yeah. Alright. If we can keep this up, we can actually clear the Prairie King on our first run-through of it. I'm gonna activate this so I can pick up the bomb. The bomb is gonna be much more useful as an immediate, like, panic button. Whew. Alright, we just need to not screw it up at the last second, yeah. Is this the last level? Before the boss? I think we might have one more level after this, right? Okay, just gonna clear that up. We now have no more power-ups. Ideally, I want to use the... Or, ideally we should use the power-up when there's another power-up ready to be collected. Like those, actually. That was super lucky. Now, I hope there's... Yeah, I was about to say, I hope there's no imp that spawns behind us here. Alright, here we go. This is what we need. Let's make sure to pick up that life down there as well. Yeah, look at us go. Holy cow, man. Oh, okay. Alright, there's nothing to hide behind this time. We do have lightning bolt powers right now. So that's probably going to save us. Let's wait until we get... Oh my goodness, that thing came so close to me. Okay. I was going to say, let's wait until we get another power-up before we use our Lightning Man. Look at these things! Look at how many of them are spawning over here. Alright, I think we're in the clear. Nice, we get an extra life. We are not running out of these things anytime soon. Ah. That is the only thing that can stop us. Is if we are literally swarmed by these guys. And I think they take 2 hits to knock out, right? Alright, let's ideally wait until we get... Ah! Let's go and say, wait until we get a power-up. But there was no waiting there. Okay, we are now in hot water. Okay, we now have 1 power-up, so we have a panic button, which I think we're going to have to use. Can we get another power-up, please? Oh, come on. This is not fun. Okay, we get a life. That's gonna save us. I think we're in a surplus of lives right now. We should not have gone for that. We absolutely should not have gone for that thing there. Honestly, at this point, no. So long as we keep trying, we might be able to endure just by trying to survive as much as we can if we had no power-ups at this point. Oh, nice. Okay, we have 30. I don't think I need another movement upgrade. I think a power upgrade is going to be essential. We spent all of our money on this thing. Oh, we're at the end. Okay, here we go. We have 4 lives. Okay, lady. Let's see what you got. Okay, this is oh no. Okay, let's do this. Oh no, did she disappear? Oh, she's no, we're chewing through her life. So many imps. Yeah, that is indeed bullet hell. Oh, okay, well, there we go. Good for a first time playthrough, huh? Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh. He needed to find the heart before he could get love. We are not doing this again. we have succeeded once. Let's go ahead and end the game, or end the day, and then we can end the game. I know it's 2 p.m., but honestly, playing what's it called? Playing Prairie King takes many hours out of your day. IRL. You've never gotten past the first stage? Yeah, it's definitely tricky. I'm gonna double check to see what the spirits say about... let me check here. Oh, we also need delivery. Final day, we're not gonna get that delivery done. That's okay. Yeah. Honestly, best advice is to... Let me see. Spirits are very happy today. So if you want to succeed, play when it said the spirits are very happy, and what's the other one? And in terms of like tactics for in-game, try to like pick up as many power-ups as you can. Save up for specifically the attack power-up and the attack speed power-up. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Anyway, that is going to be it for that. Let's go ahead and move over to the intermission screen here. The game should pop up in a second. Oh, let me actually just readjust this. Oh, I can't readjust it? Okay, it's gonna have to remain like that for a moment. Let me see who is currently online. Twitch.tv. Who is streaming? The Hedge Witch? Little Miss Houndoom is also streaming. She's streaming Master Duel. I don't know, is it Twitch etiquette to raid someone who has over 100 views when you have like, what, 3-4 viewers? Is that appropriate? Is that appropriate behavior? Let me see. I am gonna try it anyway. Let's go ahead and send you to Little Miss Houndoom. Alright, but thank you guys all very much for stopping by. Hope you all had a lovely chill stream. I will see you on Saturday. We're going to be doing a bit more D&D planning on Saturday. If you guys want to know whenever I'm live, there's a timer below the stream. Just rate anyone you like. Alright, well. Thank you for the advice. I think I shall take it. But yeah, I will see you all later. Take care, everyone. That is the wrong button. Oh no, what button do I press to end the stream? This one. Okay, goodbye.